Welcome back. So in our previous episode, we talked about tech stack. We said on the front end, we are using these tech stack, HTML, CSS, or SAS, Bootstrap, vanilla JavaScript, and jQuery. Now, I know that those ones who are saying, I've never done jQuery, I'm not good in Bootstrap, or I'm not good in what, we are going to go step by step, and every lesson we are going to be taking time. We review what we are doing. I want you guys to understand that is my ultimate focus. We are going to be moving step by step, and I will be repeating most of these things, okay? And some of the things I will be building resources page to summarize what we have said or what we have been doing. I will be writing out some things to help you out on the things that we have discussed. Okay, so in today's video we are just going to look at something else. Let me grab some space here. Let me just get here space. Okay, so in this video we are going to look at a plan. Okay, we are going to look at a plan, how we are going to manage to build this. So the first phase, so we are going to put into phases. Okay, so in phase 1, okay, we should be able to build, so we can just say front end. Okay, so we can build the front end. So phase 1, we're just going to say building front end, and this front end is divided into 2. So the first one is going to be the site. So we are just going to say front store. So we are just going to build the front store, and then we have the admin dashboard, and then we are going also to have the user dashboard. Okay, that is great. We are going to have user dashboard. So this is phase 1, and these are the 3 things we will have to build. Okay, and then so now we have the backend. Okay, so we have the backend, and this is going to be in phase 2. So we have the backend, and the backend we will still build the same things, the front store, the admin dashboard, and the user dashboard. And in the phase 2 we might start with the admin dashboard. After we have all these things set up, we'll start with this one. And this is the normal way how these people build e-commerce websites. This is the normal way of doing things. Okay, this is really the normal way of doing things. Let me try to increase here. So usually what most people do is that this is a point where they buy templates. Okay, this is the point where people buy templates. So he looks at all these. So normally you see we have the front end and the back end. So at this point here, normally this is where someone actually buys the what? They buy the template. Okay, so here for us we are going to take this. So this phase is still same as building stock, buying template. Okay, so this phase for most developers is just like this. People at this point, instead, if they don't have enough skills or they don't have enough time, So they just simply go and buy a template somewhere, and then they use that template to implement whatever they are building. Okay, so that is one of the things that most people do. Okay, and for us, we are going to build this from scratch. Okay, since we are learning both HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and even the backend, I don't want to use a template. I want us to build this by ourselves, so that you do not just only get to know only one thing, but actually you come to know more stuff. Okay, so this is where we are going to build the template. In this phase, we build the template, and then later on here we implement. So down here is where they implement the backend. Backend, this is now the part they do. So someone buys the template, and then after this, then they can implement the backend. Okay, so luckily enough, we are full stack developers, and we are going to build this by ourselves, the front end and the back end. Okay, now so in the first phase, we are going to focus on enjoying HTML, CSS, SAS, and see how we are going to build all these things, guys. I want you to ask as many questions as possible, so that you can understand what we are doing. So we are going to have the first part of the series focusing on building this front store and all this kind of stuff, so that you get to know more or understand more from this. Okay, so that is great. This is really great. I like this. So we are going to start building the front end, and if you can look at the front end, it is divided into three parts, where we have the front store, we have the admin dashboard, and the user dashboard. Okay, so yeah, that is really great. So I'm just going to create we are going to start with this front of phase 1. And this one, really, you don't need to create this one you can create this folder anywhere on your machine where you want. Not really necessarily that you build it from the htdocs, because that is this phase whereby we are building the backend. So in the building the backend, we convert all this into this HTML. We convert it to this one. So this one will show you, if you bought a template, how it will look like, and how do you convert a template from this one. The only difference that we are going to build the template on our own. Okay, so you just simply, and I'm doing everything from scratch. I haven't prepared anything, and this is to give you actually exclusively how your tech approach on the project as you are going to build it. So normally, so I'm just going to create here front end, e-commerce front end. So I'm just going to go on the desktop. So I'm just going to go on my desktop here. Okay, I'm just going to create a new folder. Okay, so I'm just going to say e-commerce front. So front end, actually, so this is the folder that is going to hold all our e-commerce front end. Okay, so in this front end, I will have to open it in VS Code. Okay, so I'm just going to have it in VS Code. So open this with VS Code like so. So this is our phase 1, whereby we build the e-commerce front end, and you can see I created the folder from scratch. We'll put all the necessary dependencies, all necessary stuff together, so that you see how we build it from scratch. Okay, so you are going to start building this from scratch. The only thing I want you to show you how we are going to quickly build this. So if you remember very well, we have three things, or we have three folders inside here. We have the front store, we have the admin dashboard, we have the user dashboard, and each of these ones, they have their own pages. And as you can see this side, each of these ones, they have their pages. Okay, so the front store, it is the one we are going to have the pages here. If you go to Jumia right now, so just go back here, so you see that all the things are on index. So this is the index, or this is the home page. So wherever you see the domain name, just know this one is the index page. This domain name is the index page. That means it is outside the folder, like it is the initially there. And when you click on any other page, let's say categories like electronics, so you'll see they are appended on this page electronics, so they're in the same folder. Okay, now but when you go to users, so you can see that here when I am in my dashboard, okay, the dashboard, all the pages that are in the dashboard here, they are all actually put inside, this customer. Okay, like you have index, which is this first one, and then you have customer as a folder. Then inside this one you have in or order as a folder also, and then you have index. Then you have order detail, for instance. That's why you have to create even order, you created its own folder. Okay, so in other words, we are going to have here some folders in this structure. The pages that are on index, all these pages, let me first take you back to this one. So all these pages under the front store, they are not going to be in any folder, these ones. So the front store, they are the pages that are on the index. They are with the index in the same stuff, except the login. We might put them in auth or authentication. So let me just go to login. Let me try login on Jumia. We see, so you can see the my Jumia, they are having somewhere interaction and then blah blah identification. They are using a third party to handle that. So we are going to have, in other words, let me first zoom in here. Then this is very important, guys, to know the folder structure. So we are going to have the customer, or so we have the customer dashboard. We have the, not inside there, so outside we have the admin dashboard, and we'll have another folder that is going to handle authentication. So this one, authentication, is going to have the login, logout pages, and then all other pages are going to be here on index.html. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, then of course we can have also our folder to handle the JavaScript, but that one later. But we have all our pages in this one. So the ones that will go in admin, we'll put them under admin. The one that are going to be login, logout, we'll put them in auth, and others that we are going to put here. So these ones are put under auth. Okay, there are these ones, the login page, register page, forgot password, and even the change password. So these ones are going to be under auth. Okay, and we can even go ahead write all these pages. So we have the home page, and home page is the index. So this one is the home page. So right now we are not putting anything. We are like on the pages, looking at the pages. This is the home page. Okay, so I'm just going to put h1 here, and this is the home page. Okay, so and we call it index, and then all others we can call them their names. So we have the product search category page. Okay, so we have search page, so we can have search. .html, so that is the search page. We can have category.html, and that is the category page, category.html. Okay, we have the product.html. This is the product detail page. So from there we can go to cart.html, and from the cart you can have checkout.html. You can also have the order or shipping. I don't know if the checkout will have that. Let's just first leave those ones. Let me go back here, look at more pages. So we have cart, checkout, payment. So we have the payment page, though we are not going to put the payment integration. We just have the payment page just. So payment.html. So all those are pages that we are going to build. And then in the auth, that part is where we have this login, register, forgot. So someone starts by registering. So inside the auth, we are just going to put register. So someone can register an account. So we have register.html. And then we have login.html. Then we have forget password. So forgot password.html. Okay. Then we also have another one, which is reset or change password. So you can just change password or reset password. Change password.html. Okay, and these are under authentication. One is for creating a new user or a new client. There's login, there is forgot password and change password. Okay, and those are the ones. Then for the admin, there are so many pages, but then we have these customer pages. We just put these ones later. We are going to first concentrate on building these ones. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this episode. So in this episode, what we did, we set up the folder structure and how we are going to follow. I guess up to this point, guys, you are still following and you are not lost. We are going to start on these pages that are the most important ones. Others will come later, but these are the how the folder structure is going to look like. You have the normal pages, we have the customer dashboard pages, and then you have the authentication pages, and then the admin dashboard pages. So all these pages, we are going to build them. And here we have not done anything. What we did in this was only just setting up the folder structure, how it is going to look like. I think we can just do one more thing. We can set up our SAS. Excuse me. So if you have not used the SAS, let me first create here. Outside here, let's create our app.js. This is going to hold our JavaScript. Now you would put this one in a folder. If there were to be many files, okay, you would put it in a folder for JavaScript. But let's just leave it at that. Then we are going to have SAS. But since SAS is going to create a folder, let's put this one in a folder. So I'm just going to create app JavaScript, call it JS, only JS, and let's put this app.js inside. So inside the JavaScript, we have this one. Then we'll have another folder for CSS that is going to hold CSS. Now, if you don't have SAS, okay, if it is your first time to do SAS, by the way, it is okay. We are going to go through the setup, and I already even have a video about SAS, so you can first watch that video about SAS. You get a quick introduction about it, and then we use it in the project. So if you don't have SAS, you probably just go on extensions, okay, and they are going to put SAS. There is a SAS compiler. We are going to use the extension, okay. So now there was this live SAS compiler, so install this. I want you to install this live SAS. There is this one by Rick Day, and it is this one got done, and you can see this extension is duplicated. So don't install this one, okay. Don't install this one, and you see they recommend this new one by Glenmarks, okay. So simply install this one extension by Glenmarks. We are going to use this one while building, okay. So there are so many others, but don't just simply install this one, and you can go and just do this, install this one to help you in highlighting. So you can see this one, it can help you in indenting and highlighting this SAS extension. So you can also just install this one to help us in highlighting nice way with SAS, and that is it. So if you are done with that, just install this live SAS compiler, this one, okay. When you are done with that, then we do look at the settings, but there is no much settings actually you need, but of course you can just go and see, like save path notes is the most interesting one. You can just go in the settings and we can change this save path stuff, but you're not just going to do, I don't think we need to do that. Just install that live SAS by Glenmarks. That is the only thing you need to move on with the project, okay. So when you are done with that, so when you come down here and create anything to do with SAS, so I'm just going to say here, for instance, main.scss. so this one is going to be the main one that is going to hold our SAS. So it is, if you see here main.scss, you will see that my file here has changed the icons. By the way, if you are wondering where I'm getting all these nice icons, simply install material icons. So I'm using material UI icons. So there is this material icon theme. Just simply install this extension here. And after you have installed, simply set. They will tell you to go to settings. You just go to back to settings, okay, and you will see themes, I guess, and there is this file icon theme. After installing this material icon theme, they will just actually prompt you to set it to be the file icon theme. But when you go to file icon theme here, make sure you set it to material icon, okay. So material icon is the theme I'm using, and that's why I have all these nice looking icons. So you can also set that. And if you're also looking at my my VS Code, the theme I'm using is called, so you can also put the theme I'm using. So the theme I'm using in writing the VS Code setting is called they call it what, just a second. So it is this one called Monokai Pro. So it is a both free and paid theme. If you want to pay, you can pay for it. If you don't want, you can still use it, okay. So just install this Monokai Pro theme, okay. You can install that Monokai Pro theme, and then we'll just move on very well, okay. So in the next one, I will also just show you So for the Bootstrap, you could go ahead and put Bootstrap 5. I'm not sure if they already have Bootstrap 5 app. You can see this is Bootstrap 4. Bootstrap 5, I'm not sure if it is already existing. Yeah, somewhere you can see there is Bootstrap 5. Okay, Bootstrap 5 is already there, but I don't recommend any of these ones because I've not used them before. But you can just try your luck and put the one for Bootstrap 5. Okay, so that is it. We have managed we have managed to put the folder structure. Look at the pages we are going to work on. We have tried also to set SAS. So when you have this SAS, now if you write, it can start compiling. We are going to start building in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. So in the next episode, we are starting actually to build our front end. We are going to start with the main page, and then we'll be moving at a steady progress. And I think for each episode, we'll finish one page. Okay, so that you understand how we have done it. It is very, very vital to understand carefully how all these pages they are created from scratch, so that you can be able to set them on your own. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one.